Just chilling out. Got no place to go. Enjoying the shade. Yeah. Meow. Are you being camera shy? Meow. Yeah, I know. Kind of a scorcher out today, isn't it? Yep. Meow. I don't want to say the new Go Rocket because it's not mine. It's actually a neighbor of mine. My Go Rocket went bye-bye. It's dead to me now. So I'm in the market for a new Go Rocket, but temporarily using my neighbor's. He's very kind, him and his wife, to let me borrow it. They have a couple of cars, and he's not even here, and she doesn't ride. He's back in the States right now, so. Anyway, very nice of them until I find one of my own, another one. So work with some aloe vera. It's just impossible to kill. More aloe vera. I don't know the name of these, but those are pretty cool. And then this one's really, it started out as a leaf. Started out as a leaf cutting. And look at that sucker. And then this big old thing. I don't know what it's called either. It's not an aloe vera plant. Maybe somebody knows what it's called, but I don't. Anyway, the little jungle's looking a little better. Okay, so I told my cousin that I would do this video. So I'm gonna do this video. Let's go. Hey, welcome back to another Denny Be. Listen, I got a couple of comments from some people, one of them being my cousin, who was interested in some of the gear that I use, and I told him that I would definitely put a video together about it for him. He wasn't the only one. There was a couple other people who left some comments about the gear. So, disclaimer, do you need any of this stuff to make a YouTube video? No, would be the answer to that. This, if you have one of these, you can make a YouTube video. Matter of fact, I am recording this on my camera. This is my American camera. That's my American phone. That's my Filipino phone. So if you have a phone, you can make a YouTube video. I'm gonna put this clip in the video so you can see that I'm actually using a camera. Plus it's another piece of equipment that's not down here. It's on a monopod that has some small tripod feet that go out. Anyway, you'll see it. It's coming soon. You have to pardon some of the background, but here's my phone on a monopod that has a fluid head, and it's just one, it's not a tripod until you get all the way down to those feet right there. It just makes it simple and easy for traveling around. That's why I have it. I'm using a phone. You've seen it from that clip. Making a YouTube video. Alright, cool. So what he was really interested in, my cousin, was like my helmet setup, my camera setup for my helmet, I guess. And so I just have over here, helmets are pretty cheap because everybody rides. So it's just a zebra, nothing special. The whole face shield comes up. You'll notice sometimes people will have a GoPro setup on top of their helmet like this. I can't do that because then I won't be able to, you know, lift the face shield up. So I've hooked mine right here. I have a little clip that my GoPro case, okay, so my GoPro fits in there. You'll see this little wire right here. This is the adapter wire, so you can actually use a microphone with your GoPro. It's kind of pricey, like $60 for the adapter. Anyway, so the adapter is in this case under here, and it's hooked into just a lavalier mic. It's a ceramic lavalier mic. Anyway, when I ride, I was putting the microphone inside the helmet, and it was just terrible. It sounded like crap. So then I started just clipping it onto my necklace here, and it seems to have really made a big difference in the way that it sounds. So anyway, yeah, this has these little buckle clips on there. I don't know if you guys can see that, if it's going to zoom in or not. And then it just clips in there like that. So when I'm rolling around, that's what it looks like. Now I can only go back so far because of the face part right here. So I can only tilt it back so far, and I can move it left and right. It was just an adjustment that I made. There's some other like GoPro accessories that are down here, and I'll show you in a minute, that are for this, but they don't work good enough for me, and it actually makes the whole camera like right here in my face, so I can't even see. This way, I can still see out, and I can look down and see if anything's wrong with the GoPro, like if it stopped recording or something, I can still see that right there. So it works for me. So yeah, that's the camera setup. Got the case, got the adapter for the microphone, got the microphone, ceramic. Yeah, there you go. That's what I'm wearing when I'm rolling around. In all of my previous videos, except for the last couple, they were all edited on my trusty dusty HP. This thing is from 2007. The only thing that I did to it was upgrade the RAM to 16 gigabytes of RAM so that it would handle the editor that I was using on this, which was Sony Vegas Pro. And when I tried to switch over to a new editor, it wasn't beefy enough. The processor inside wasn't beefy enough to handle it. So this thing was dying anyway. The graphics card, the fans were breaking, and it was making weird noises and stuff like that. So it is an emergency computer right now that still has an editor on there, but it's just slow. It would take 2 hours, sometimes 3, to render out a video. Just ridiculous. So anyway, that thing went away, and the new computer, it's nothing fancy. It's just an Acer Nitro Pro, or Acer Nitro 5, Acer Nitro 5, and I'm using DaVinci Resolve on this. If we can get it to open up, you can see. So that's my editor for this. Boom, DaVinci Resolve 16. And the good thing about this one was straight out of the box, it only had 4 gigabytes of RAM. So I bought 2 16 gigabyte RAM sticks, stuck them in there, so now it's cranking at 32 gigs. It has the GTX 1050 Ti NVIDIA graphics card in there. So when I render a video now, say a 10-minute video that would take 2 hours in that slow old computer only takes 10 minutes. So it's been a big upgrade in my life. So there's that. What else? When you do editing on the videos and stuff like that, you get pretty big file sizes. Like these movies or these videos, let me backtrack. So the GoPro records like almost 12 minutes. at a time, and then it stops internally. Even though it keeps on recording, it makes a new file. So each one of those files is like 3 gigabytes. So when you edit them, you get these huge file sizes, and then you render it out, and it goes back down to just a couple of gigabytes. So if you want to keep any of your old footage, you're going to need a place to store it, or else you're going to run out of room pretty quick on your computers, which is where these kind of things come in handy. These are just portable hard drives. They're 2 terabytes each, or one's a 2 and one's a 4. 4 terabytes. So they'll hold a lot of your video footage if you don't want to just delete it. And a lot of people will delete it, and a lot of people will hang on to it. It's really up to you. So there's that. Do you need that to make videos? No. You can upload straight from your phone and then delete everything off of your phone to keep your phone free of all that stuff. Okay, so then got some walking around sticks. Got a small one that's like less invasive. If you're kind of feeling a little shy or whatever inside of a mall or a store or even on the street, and you don't want some big old stick like this, you just put your phone in this one. Like, hey, blah, 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 right? And I've done that several times with that phone that's on there right now. This one I use for the GoPro. You can tell it's got a little GoPro thingy on there, right there. This one, I actually hook the big camera. I call it a big camera, but it's like the smallest camera you can get. This is a Canon M10. It's really kind of obsolete right now. It's been replaced by the Canon M100. And the only real big difference between the two is that this one will not shoot 60 frames 1080p. It'll shoot 30 frames 1080p, but if you want to do 60, you got to drop down to 720. Nobody really wants that. The M100, will shoot 60 frames in 1080p. This doesn't have 4K or nothing like that. It's got an 18 megapixel capability. I don't know what you call it. But anyway, it's 18 megapixels. The M100 is 24 megapixels. But it's small, it's light, got the little flippy screen so you can actually see what's going on. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but yeah, you can hold it like this. It's got image stabilization. It's not really that great when you hold it just out like this, but if you put it on something, it actually stabilizes it a lot easier. So anyway, this will just screw into the bottom like that, blah, blah, blah. Get out of my face kind of a thing, right? So anyway, that's the camera. It's old. Would I buy this camera right now to start YouTubing and stuff like that? No, I wouldn't. You can buy this on Amazon for $600, the M10, but like I said, it's obsolete. You can get the M100 for like $350, and it's the exact same camera except for 60 frames per second 1080p. They have the same sensor size and everything. APC, something like that. Okay, so this camera, 7-stick. When I go underwater, I put my GoPro in this thing. It's just a underwater housing for it. I think it's good up to, they say 100 meters. I haven't been 100 meters. Furthest I've been is like 30 meters. So it works just fine. And I usually have it on this. This thing you can set up however you want to set it up. You know, so if I'm diving, I'll have it out. Kind of like doing one of these things. It's got a red filter on it. You don't have to use the red filter. Really all just depends on how deep that you're going to go. Some of you know the further down in the water you get, there's no red light in the light spectrum that comes through. So the red filter. diving stick. What else do I got here? If you're just doing a talking head video, I usually use this little condenser mic. I don't do too many talking head videos anymore. When I first started, I was. Like, I'd sit there with an adult beverage and read a chapter in my book or something. And I would use this. I've even done some like music type videos using this thing too. So it works out pretty good. Some more underwater stuff. And got some little lights just for like ambience, right? So you put these up kind of out of the way so people can't really see them. They're just in the background, you know. Little puck lights. There's all different kinds out there that you can get that are professional. These aren't professional at all. These are just the kind that you would have at home for an emergency. They got a little sticky thing on there. You can just click them onto whatever. And yeah, I haven't really shown you everything because you don't need all this. But let's just get down here. I got some. Boop. So you'll see there's some memory cards right there. I was using my shadow. These little memory cards. There's a bunch of GoPro accessory stuff. These are ND filters and other types of filters for the big camera. These are ND filters for the GoPro camera. Battery chargers for the GoPro. Batteries and battery chargers for the Canon. Obviously there's chargers and stuff for your phones and all that, but I know. What? So anyway, yeah, I mean, that's it. That's what I use. That's what I got. I don't need all of it. Like I said, you can do it straight on a phone. But this is what I'm working with. And as I start traveling more or whatever, they'll get some better things and whatever. But working on a budget, this is me working on a budget. Do I use all of this stuff all of the time? No, I don't. I use my phone quite a bit. I use my GoPro quite a bit. And if I'm just here in the house, I'll use my Canon. It's a little hot in here. I turned off the air conditioner and stuff just because I'm not wearing my microphone. I should be, but I didn't want to set it up. See, you get stuff that you can use and then you don't use it because of whatever reason. That's my reason. I just didn't feel like it. Yeah, man. That's about it. So what I'm going to do now is throw my helmet on, get some shoes on, and